Welcome to Hoser Hockey Hour with your hosts Kevin O'Hare, Matthew Buczynski, and Michael Kikamo. This is Hoser Hockey Hour.
All right, well, that was actually a better intro than last week. We actually got the name right on the first time, so that was an improvement. Welcome to episode 2. Are we going to name these?
Well, we might.
Maybe. Or might we just be episode 2, just talk about random I don't even know.
Attack.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Put the new bleep word in there. So this is episode 2. And surprisingly, we're making another one of these, which is already impressive because, you know, dedication, all that good right there. So, you know what? We figured that today. Actually, Butch, why don't you say something? We haven't heard from you yet.
Oh, what would you
like
me
you
to
could
say,
say hi. My name is Matt.
Yes, I do exist.
Just let the audience know
I'm
that
not
you're
a
even
singularity,
exist.
like some people might think.
Oh, dude, that's... Oh, you're too smart for our audience there, bud. I don't even know what a singularity is.
You know, sometimes the engineer in me just kind of comes out.
Yeah, you're talking to the
the
two would-be teachers here. What the f*** are you talking about?
Stop that.
Sorry,
Stop
one
that.
would-be
Stop.
teacher.
No.
Okay.
So
Sensitive subject, apparently.
we're here to talk about hockey, not about
Personal lives.
Personal
That's
lives.
episode 3 right there.
the regrets.
Oh, dude, that was... Okay, you know what? Sorry. That episode we did of the confession video, that was hardcore.
That was
the
deep.
feels were too real, man.
That was deep.
The feels were real.
I don't remember that
Oh,
one.
because you didn't watch our You didn't
watch our program.
No one did.
I watched some of
See,
them.
it's funny because I told girls I dated about that. Like I was on Tinder. Surprise. Who the f in the 21st century isn't? We're
not.
I led in sometimes with conversations saying, "Oh, by the way, you should check out my YouTube channel." And there were a couple of girls I just never heard from again. So that's
Oh, you guys.
so that I could see why you didn't tell your girlfriend until now that we're doing this thing. But yeah. So anyway, today's episode.
Yes.
A lot of things have been annoying the living me.
Us.
No,
You?
I don't annoy myself. I'm quite happy with myself, actually.
No, I'm saying things that are annoying all of us.
Oh, well, I am pretty annoying, to be fair. But one thing that I was actually kind of disappointed of is that at the beginning of this season, we heard storyline after storyline of how Montreal was like on this amazing record. What was their record at the beginning of the season?
Was it 9-0, Matt? I don't know.
9-0, I think they started.
You were on top of the world there.
I was-
You
no,
were
I
you
was
were
not.
you were on
They
the
would definitely be being
No.
proclaimed
Whoa,
cup
hey,
champs.
oh, hey. No.
Pretty
no.
much a guaranteed thing.
I didn't- what?
that they were
What
going
is-
to be in the final
guys?
from every Montreal fan
Every,
that I talked to.
everyone except me.
All of them were
You were on the rooftops proclaiming your love of Montreal.
Listen. No, I never. Okay, when they went on that thing, I knew that it was going to bite them in the ass. Of course, it's easier to say now because it's bitten them in the ass. But I didn't think, and I still don't believe at any point in this season that they were a contender for the cup. Were they Canada's closest shot? At the time, I thought so, but I didn't think that they were going to make the Final Four. I didn't think that they were as good as the media was saying and all that. Okay, let's just get one thing straight. I did not at any point think that Montreal was going to win the cup and we were going to be on the parade for 25. No way.
This isn't us saying, "Oh, Michael, you said this," and you're like defending yourself. No, we're just saying as the resident Montreal fan, you have the most to lose from this.
Let's be fair. Most people had them in the conference final this
They
year.
were, and
I thought between them and Tampa, that would be
See,
the
that's
team
what
coming
happens.
out
But
of
that's
the
what happens when
Atlantic
like,
Division
if
this
the
year.
team is not as deep as it is if your entire livelihood is based on one goalie. Like Carey Price should not make or break a team, though.
no, and that's right. That's just it. Montreal is not as deep as team as everyone thought that they were.
Like you look at a team like Chicago and LA. Those are teams with amazing goaltending, but you also have a pretty decent blue line in front of them, as well as a high offensive offense.
That first cup, that was quick.
No. But I'm saying, especially more
And
with
you could argue
Chicago.
Chicago's never had a big number one goalie. Crawford and Niemi are good, but they're not your top
Yeah,
three
like
MVP.
Like
goalies
Chicago
in
is
the
definitely a
league.
more deep team in terms of production offensively, as well as a good defensive core.
Yeah.
But it's just with Montreal, it seems that like Carey Price was really holding that team together.
And you know what? When you have a good goalie like that, you play with more confidence and you are more risky. I mean, who's more riskier than PK Subban? Am I right? Robitussin. But
No one's gonna get that.
anyway, you know what? Like, you play with more of an edge, and then you get, Condon. He has a few good starts. Everyone's feeling good. Things are happening. And
He's a rookie though. You
no,
can't
no, no, no,
expect him to
But
carry
no,
the
no.
load
But
for 20 or
again, this
30
is the media
games.
though. Like, the media was praising this guy. Like, at one point, I thought I saw a headline saying, "Oh, this is Price's replacement," and then it all came crumbling down like it was supposed to.
It's not his fault.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault. He had a few good starts. Okay, he's a good goalie. No, make no mistake about that. But this guy, he was never gonna replace Price. The guy comes out from the AHL. He hardly, I don't think, have any NHL experience. He was in the minors, and he outdid Tokarski, although that's not hard to do because I never thought Tokarski was that good to begin with. And I didn't. Even after that playoff run.
The sass, man. Yo, he took Montreal deep in that playoff run, bro.
Yeah, but you know what? He was a goalie that was lucky. He was lucky. He was like Michael Leighton when Philadelphia went to the Cup. Remember that?
Oh, geez, yeah.
Ray Emery with Ottawa. And what's going on with those guys now? Ray Emery can't even get a job with the Maple Leafs. And you have Jonathan, I believe in Nelson Mandela, the hockey star, Bernier.
Where the hell is that coming from?
I'm sorry, it's just that bothers. I know it's an old
It's an old
storyline, but
story,
it still
guys.
bothers me. But like Ray Emery can't even get a job with the Leafs. Michael Leighton has he's done.
What an insult! You can't even get a net mining job with the Leafs.
Not even the Leafs. It's
Was it the
Marlies.
Oh, even worse.
That's sad, man.
Even worse.
That's sad.
Anyway, that's all I have to say about that.
So, talking about Montreal, what is their problem then? Outside of Carey Price, what's made this team fall apart?
Brian Flynn, little from Buffalo.
Blame the fourth line.
Well,
center.
no, because you know what? I'm sorry. When Torrey Mitchell and Brian Flynn were acquired from Montreal, you had some douchebag like Glenn Healy and all the on Leafs Lunch on TSN shout out. They all were proclaiming that, that's going to be Montreal's saving grace.
Oh, please. They
Fourth
know
line center?
nothing.
Shut the up. You don't even know what you're talking about.
Me?
No, not you.
Oh, okay.
The so-called
Yeah.
hockey insiders.
Oh.
I don't know. Like, you know what? It's just there's not enough depth to that team. I think it's just, I don't know.
I don't know.
Who's their top goal scorer right now? Is it PK?
I think Pacioretty has the most goals. Look, I mean, first of all, they still have Lars Eller, who is the most useless
For
player.
now.
Huh?
For now.
For now, yeah. But you know what? That pissed me off. Pierre Gauthier was a stupid piece of he was a runt. Okay, the guy was a runt, and Lars
Is that an insult?
No, it's an insult. Pierre Gauthier had so much, if you're going to deal Halak, okay, this guy single-handedly brought, the Montreal Canadiens to the Final Four in 2010, okay? You had all these teams clamoring to get him to make offers, and you give Halak to St. Louis, okay, for Eller and this guy, what was his name? Schwartz? We don't even, no, not Schwartz. Schultz, Nick Schultz. Nick Schultz was the guy.
I was going to say Schwartz is still with St. Louis.
That's not the guy. But okay. No, they didn't. Nope. It was just two players. And they were saying, Eller's going to be great and whatever. And I'm like, I don't think so. Because this is Pierre Gauthier making the trade. So I don't believe that this is going to work. And it didn't work. And they were like, give him time. I think his time is up. I think he has a big frame. He doesn't know what to do with it. He's just a floater. He's just one of those guys that's just around. And it's like, it's like one of those guys who's at a party and thinks, if I wasn't here, would people miss me? Like, he's that guy. Like, I don't think Montreal would miss him.
I'm that guy a little bit. I'm the Lars Eller of real life. Holy shit, man.
Like, he's just so useless. And
one might say a plug.
And yet he's still there. David Desharnais would be a third line center on any other team, but on Montreal, he's given more time than he deserves. And
you got Galchenyuk.
yeah, Galchenyuk, he's all over the place. Therrien doesn't know what to do with him. And I think that's one of the other problems.
It's not just coaching.
Well, I don't think Therrien... You know what? Here, when Montreal hired Therrien again, I was like, ugh. Like, literally, that was my reaction. Like, you couldn't get a more... I don't know. I never really liked Therrien. He didn't work the first time in
What didn't you
Montreal.
like about him?
I just don't
His playing style?
His playing style, the fact that he mixes up the lines all the time, like the fact that he went to the finals with Crosby and Malkin, they don't win, and then the year he gets canned, they end up winning. So I don't think, and also, you know what? I've watched a lot of behind the scenes with the Montreal 24CH and stuff like that, and he's not that really great a motivator, and I am sick and tired of the pretentiousness of Montreal when they say that they need a French-speaking coach and a French-speaking GM. I mean, I like Marc Bergevin, don't get me wrong, but the level of ignorance behind that statement. Oh yeah, what about Sam Pollock? What about Hector Toe Blake? They were Anglophones. They were like your best managers in your team's history. But no, you have to have the French thing. And that bothers me so much.
It's like any job, you're just cornering yourself. Taking 10% of the applicants out. And in Montreal's case, it's the coach and GM. But there's very good coaches available when they hired Therrien, but just because they couldn't speak French, couldn't go with
And
them.
that's what pisses me off. You had other coaches in the pipeline that were ready. And a lot of people when I guess this is not a good example now, but like Kirk Muller, people were like, yeah, but he doesn't speak French. Who cares? If your team is winning, I don't care. Like, I think, when they were doing well last year, they only had one French Canadian player that happened to be Desharnais. But so and
Wasn't Briere on the team last year?
Oh, right.
No, that was 2
That
years
was 2 years
ago
ago.
already.
Yeah.
Holy wow.
Yeah, because he was on Colorado
Time
last
flies,
year.
man. Damn.
So yeah, I know, right? I don't know. I just think it's so stupid that they have this French thing. And yeah, I know people are going to say, "Oh, you're from Ontario, you don't understand." No, I understand about winning, and I don't think Therrien is your guy. Now, I wouldn't fire him this year.
Oh, Michael's getting fired up now.
I would not fire him this
Holy
year.
shit.
You know what? Your season's done. It's in the crapper. You're losing Desharnais for 3 weeks, whatever. But your season is pretty much over. So just ride the pine. Just you go. Shut Price down for the season because you know what? It's useless because you're not going to get out of that first round. I don't think.
So there's no.
If you get a playoff spot.
There's no way they could even make the wild card at this point. You're saying.
I don't think so.
I think they're 8 or 9 points out right now. Lots of ground to make
I don't
up
think
and
so.
only 2 months left.
And I think there's
Still like 3 months left.
True, yeah, but they got to work up a miracle. And I don't know. I think that Therrien is not the right guy for this. I would not fire him now. It's the worst thing to do right now. I'd fire him in the off season.
But see, you have ownership telling you to fire your coach in Jeff Molson.
Well, did he say fire the
But then you
coach?
have Bergevin defending Therrien and say, I'm not letting him go. So then you have problems there.
Well, yeah, you have problems there. And Bergevin, he's a smart guy. I mean, he's made his odd mistake here and there, but on the whole, he's a smart guy. And I agree. I wouldn't fire him now. As much as I hate that he's the coach of the Canadiens, I wouldn't fire him now. I would let the season go. It's a lost season. And then, you know what? If you get a good place in the draft, then all the power to you. But can his ass in the playoffs?
Like, what is a worse? Like, just going. Like, I want to go back to Montreal, but just a really quick side note here: is it worse to finish dead last,
No, they're not. Gonna do
or
that.
no, or middle of the pack and miss the playoffs? What's a worse place? I'd say middle of the
I think
pack.
right now, if you're Montreal, you want to finish in the bottom.
So you can at least get
that
at
high
least you
draft
can get
pick.
something out of it.
When you start doing like what Vancouver and Toronto did for so long, you just missed the playoffs by a couple points. You're picking 10th to 14th.
You don't grow.
You're not getting that grade A prospect. You're getting a good player, not a Crosby, not a Stamkos, not a Tavares. So if you want to tank it, you got to tank it. Accept it. Montreal's not going to make the playoffs this year. They don't have a shot without Price. Sell at the deadline, get some futures, get Price healthy, and start again next year.
Yeah, and then there's this report I see on Sportsnet, talk about insiders, saying that now
Subtle jab. I love the subtle jab.
now that they're shopping Subban, and who are they going to pick?
No,
Tarion or
if they trade Subban, that'd be the stupidest thing they could do.
Well, no, I think there was another report I was reading on the Score that was saying that Subban's name has been floated around, but there's
who leaked that though?
No, but like there's not going to be any movement. Like they're not trading him.
Of course, you're not going to trade him. You
He's
just
your-
signed him for like.
Next to Carey Price, he's your franchise player.
I mean, the guy makes a lot of stupid ass mistakes. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I remember one year I was texting Matt so many angry text messages, or BBM at the time, and that dates me. And about
one of the only
Subban and how
people that had
much
a BlackBerry.
I remember I watched every Montreal home game that year, and every time I watched, Subban made a mistake. I think he's very talented. I think maybe he's trying to no, I'm kidding. I was going to say he's trying to cost Tarion his job there. But like,
I think Montreal as a team is doing a good job at that. So there you go.
Okay, so did either of you two see the game in Colorado 2 nights ago?
I saw his blunder. I didn't see the game.
So is it right to throw him under the bus there?
Absolutely not.
The way I see it is you make a mistake, you turn the puck over. There were still 3 guys back checking. Pacioretty lets up and Iginla scores.
Well, that's by my interpretation, in my opinion, I see that as Michel Therrien saying, you know what, it's a team game, but Subban f***ed us, is essentially what that says. And you know what, as a coach, you should not put the blame on one player, arguably the one player on your team who does wear his heart on his sleeve.
And
The one guy who gets about your team.
And you do not, because any media worse than the Toronto media are the clowns in Quebec. So they're going to jump all over that. So I think what Therrien did was stupid. You say your bit, you say the cliches, because you know what? We've been hearing cliches for the last 20 years. Just say the cliches and then blast him in the room. Don't blast him in front of the media, because then you create all this speculation. Okay, and everyone's harping on, what's going to happen? There's tensions in the room, and there's just a lot of drama, unnecessary drama that you don't need. So what Therrien did was stupid. I agree. Subban, he messed up, but you do not go to the media.
You don't at your press conference say our one player ruined us. You don't say that. You know what? You like you were saying, Michael. You take him aside and be like, just don't do that again.
And he's done it before. Like he has done. Like I've seen 24CH. He takes. There's been points where he's taken Subban into the video room and sometimes calmly, sometimes not, say, look, what happened here? What was wrong? And go from there. So he has done that before, but I think Therrien, he's at a lot. He's running out of options.
Is it just a point where frustration's gotten so rampant?
And I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is.
Or is that Therrien's last thing before he goes? Not like you're saying. He probably won't be let go before the season's end. But like I'm saying, like, is that not his like last FU to Montreal? Pretty much.
If he ever wants a job again, you're not going to sabotage.
No,
yourself
I mean even
like
friggin'
that.
Dallas Drake knew more than to do that.
But you know, I think that should PK Subban have been given? Should he have been chastised for that mistake?
Not in the media.
Privately,
well,
yes.
Privately, yes, of course.
But definitely not in front. Not in your press conference, guy. Like, come on.
Thing is, star players are going to make mistakes, and it's a little more magnified when they do. But the reason they make those mistakes is more often than not, they're turned into grade A scoring chances. That's what those guys do, give and take. No need to call the guy out like that, though.
Definitely not in front of everyone, no. No, but you know, I think Montreal's problem is lack of offense and really shitty goaltending. I don't think a tandem of Condon and Scrivens is going to get you really anywhere.
No. They just don't get pucks deep.
Like we do. Man, sweet shout out to us, Michael. That was brilliant.
Yeah,
but no, you know what? It was. See, it's interesting because I think Montreal has room to grow. Obviously, any team does, but they were Canada's best shot at making the playoffs as they've been.
Is this not like the Leafs 18 wheeler flying off the cliff?
I don't think Montreal will ever be that bad.
Well,
Like
But they have 6
consistently
or 7 wins since December.
That's a good point. I don't know. I mean, I think
Is that just this year though? Because Montreal drafted Galchenyuk in what was it
2011 or
No, it was
2012?
2012.
yeah, 20. I think
And
this is his third
they
season.
finished so bad, and then what happened? They made the playoffs for the next 2 years.
Yeah, I think you know what their first mistake
this
was
has
rushing
been-
Price as much as they did.
Yeah,
I mean, if you really want to,
rust them
that's
up.
where it
Rust them up for
started.
next year.
Yeah.
Like you said, just you know what you accept now. The season's pretty much over. Let your star players get better for next year. Go at it again. Hopefully with a new team.
I don't know what you're gonna get trade wise for their spare parts.
Well, like who do you think is Montreal's
They're not gonna-
biggest trade bait?
They're not gonna let go of Desharnais because he's
Delis.
French.
Well, I heard that. What about
Weiss.
What about Gilbert?
Gilbert's an expiring contract.
Fleischman too.
Well, yeah. Was his a 1 year or 2 year deal? I don't know.
All those three guys are unrestricted.
Those are all UFAs.
You know
I think,
what
at
though?
the end
I
of
also
the
have
year.
to. To say this though. The Semen contract for the 1.1 million that they signed at the beginning of the year. I have to say, I was optimistic about that. I didn't think
That's a chance you
it's
take.
a chance.
I would do that.
And you know what? With a 1
who
year,
named their fantasy team after him? In our league, there was one guy who was like Semen or whatever. It was like a little water pistol. Do you remember that?
No, somebody must have. That was last year, I think.
yeah, that's a lot.
That was last year.
That was last
Okay.
year. But you know what? I thought that was going to work, especially with a 1 year contract. He always does well in those like 1 year deals, and it just, I don't know. Honestly, I thought and that was another problem too. That I didn't think that they anticipated that he wasn't going to do as well. So I mean,
Well, you take a chance with him because that's like a 1 year contract. Is pretty much the club saying, you know what, we're gonna try you out. We're gonna hope for the best. That's what the Leafs pretty much did with Mason Raymond, and that's kind of what they're doing with PA Parento. But apparently, he wants to go back to Toronto.
Trade him now and sign him again in the summer.
No, but I mean, like, it's just you. Just with regards to the 1 year contracts, that's pretty much what that is. It's just, you know what, we'll try you out, and unfortunately
nothing
with
to lose,
Semen,
yeah.
it didn't really work out.
which sucks. But I don't.
Well, at least you're not Carolina paying him $6 or $7 million a year.
That what Rutherford was like. How do you not see that coming? Like, how do you not see that coming? Oh my god!
That's I love that, the insult to injury where you trade a guy and you're still paying his salary. I
no,
love
they
that.
bought him out.
They bought him out.
They bought him out.
No. But I'm saying like for example, like the Leafs and Kessel, like retained salary and all that shit.
Oh god!
I love that. That is hilarious to me. Just because it's like, you know what, I wanted to leave and you're still gonna pay me.
And Matt, you were defending that signing. You also defended the
I
Phaneuf
was,
signing
I
too.
was.
No,
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 that
you
one I
did.
didn't
You
do.
said, well, you know what? At least it's only $500,000 raise from his original contract. I remember that.
That's being optimistic, not supporting it. I thought it was stupid to sign him for 7 years.
But yeah, no. But it's funny now because Ottawa has that contract in his hands. But anyway,
I'm so glad I got Jack Eichel.
yeah.
He got 2 assists tonight.
Oh, great. Good for you. Good to hear about your team.
Well, I had a hat trick from Panarin this week.
That's
so I'm good
great.
with that.
Speaking of rookies,
See? Segues.
yo, you know what? I love it when you can just roll into something with not just sounding like a retard and just like, oh, I love it. But no, talking about segues.
Let's not talk about Gary Bettman right now.
No. I'm talking about, we're talking about rookies, buddy. We're talking about Calder Cup contenders, bro.
Calder Trophy. The Calder Cup is AHL.
No, but you know what? That has a nicer ring to it. They should bring that into the fucking NHL. But no, you know what? I will just talk about. You know what? I'm very impressed. I'm gonna talk about my team. Who are you calling?
Oh wait, my bad. Sorry.
You know what? Your girlfriend can wait.
Yeah, she can't.
Claudia, you're listening to me now. You can, honey, I love you, but you can wait. You can wait.
So
You
I'm not
can
gonna
wait.
talk to her.
But here's the thing. I'm gonna talk about my team for a second because we just spent the last 20 minutes talking about Montreal. So I'm gonna talk about me for like 2 minutes.
Okay.
I have been, now that you guys have probably seen these games, because why would you? Because Buffalo is objectively terrible, but subjectively amazing in my eyes. I have been very impressed with Jack Eichel's play. I mean, he's not a Connor McDavid. He never will be. And I'm still incredibly salty that Buffalo didn't draft him. But as a consolation, as a consolation prize, I'm very happy. Have you guys ever seen his performance or no?
Who?
Oh yeah, I've seen him a couple times.
I've
What are
seen
your thoughts
replays.
of Jack Eichel?
Very solid all around player, I would say.
Lots of truculence, good foot speed.
Like, would you say in a perfect team he'd be like your second line center?
Yeah, even
Eventually.
1A, 1B, he's got that potential. He's got the size for it. That's the thing.
Well,
Grow into a number
he's
one
a
role.
pretty fast skater too, man. Like if you see him actually just go up and down the ice, I'm like, damn, this kid's got some wheels on him. But
Well, there was some.
Got a hell of a shot.
True.
no, you know what? I think, but in a struggling team like Buffalo, because right now your goaltending is terrible. Robin Leonard is not your number one guy.
Well, they're still. They're like, they're in the beginning stages of turning the franchise around. I wouldn't.
Finally.
Like I wouldn't comment on their goaltending yet. They took a chance with Leonard, and I don't think he's going to be the goaltender of the future.
I mean, for the season, well, you have no choice
Oh,
because
yeah.
Chad Johnson is not your other option to go with, and the other guy is sent back down to the AHL. So there you go.
Who was that?
Linus Ullmark. You have no idea who the that is. Dude.
No. We know who that is. It's just not a goaltender.
Linus Ullmark?
That's the Oiler. That's the former Oiler.
No, sorry. No, hold on. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. One second.
I said, I'm like Linus Omar. He's the Spinorama guy.
Hold on.
His claim to fame.
I'm gonna check that out because I'm pretty sure. Hold on. You guys keep talking for a second. I'm gonna figure.
I don't
this
know.
shit out.
Okay. Other rookies. Jeez.
Okay, right now, who's your 3 Calder Trophy finalists if you had to pick?
Well, the guy in Chicago,
Panarin.
Panarin, yeah.
Linus Ullmark.
Oh, Linus Allmark, not Omark. Oh, Mark.
ULL.
ULL.
Yes, the guy with the Despicable Me character on his goddamn mask.
Oh, okay.
No,
Chill.
no, no.
You know what? You
I-
need some frost. Oh, that's not a frosty.
No, you know what? I'm sorry. I said his name.
We heard-
Apparently I
we
didn't
heard
enunciate
Allmark.
Ullmark.
Okay.
Jeez, you want some more salt with your fries?
I already ate them, bro.
We ate them all.
No, but you know what? I'd say Jack Eichel, I mean, subjectively, I love him. But I'd say he's put together a really decent rookie season.
With that lineup, yeah.
Well, Sam Reinhart, too, has been pretty impressive. Same, almost 20.
Yeah, he's almost
He
got
almost
20
has.
goals.
He almost has 20 goals.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of the other Reinhardt. My bad.
You're thinking of maybe Griffin?
No, yeah, I'm thinking about the Calgary Reinhardt. For a
No,
second.
the Sam Reinhart who
That's
was on
math.
Team Canada
Yeah, okay.
in 2014. No, he's having a good season.
everywhere.
But no, I'd say Max Domi, too, is having a pretty impressive season.
I've seen. I saw that kid when he was 13, 14.
Is he more likable than Ty?
Oh, come on. Ty could suck his own dick if he could. Like
Hey now. Family show.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, bleep that.
Chastise me, Matt, but don't chastise the guy to my left. Okay, all right, okay.
Who says every other word? There you go.
Exactly. Oh my God, guys. So Ty Domi is not likable. I heard on the radio one time I was driving, and by the way, I'm a good driver. Despite what other people say.
I never once said you were a bad
I know,
driver.
you're not.
I never
I know.
seen you drive, to be
I've
fair.
driven your car.
You drove my car.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you weren't bad. Yeah. fair
Anyway,
play.
that's not the point.
We're not critiquing your driving.
Ty Domi, yeah. Ty Domi, I was listening. He was trying to plug something. I don't even remember what he was plugging because he was too busy
Is it a
plugging.
phone? Is it a phone company?
I don't know. He was too busy plugging himself. He's like, I have like the third most games as a right winger for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Wah. And it's like, dude, no one wanted you. Like they tried to trade you to Chicago.
is he-
Chicago said no. They're like, we're good. And you were back on the Leafs. No one else wanted you. That's why you have played so many games with the Leafs.
Was he Waluigi? I'm Ty Domi. Where Luigi?
and Darcy Tucker's in the same camp too. Like these guys were like they're plugs.
No, but Max Domi, man, he's having a pretty stellar season. He's having a really good season.
It's just unfortunate he's in Phoenix, not a leap.
Hey, they call it Arizona now, Matt.
They're in the city.
No, fuck
Phoenix.
that. It's Phoenix.
Arizona.
No, isn't it
Coyotes.
Glendale? Isn't it Glendale? I think it's Glendale.
All
is
all
Glendale.
the same. Phoenix
Technically.
proper.
But
It's some team in Arizona that shouldn't be there, but Bettman's putting them there because I don't know. Maybe he's I don't know, has an affair with the owner or something, or if they had an owner.
well, you know what? But I don't know. I'm gonna pull this kid's stats now.
But yeah, he kept repeating Ty Domi. I'm back to Ty Domi because it just astounded me. Like I listened to this thing for like 10, 15 minutes, and he must have said that he was third all time. Like he got lost he forgot what he was plugging at one point, and frankly, I don't remember what he was plugging either. But he's like, oh, third most as a right winger for the Toronto. It's like we know that. Why do I know that? Because you keep saying it. I just hate people that like repeat all the freaking time. And at one point, like even the TSN guys were like, ugh, like seriously, like this is, is Don Cherry like available? Like, no disgrace to Don.
Only 39 points, and I guess it's not terrible.
You know what? I had him in fantasy, and then I traded him to you, Matt. But
I thought I traded him to you.
I'm putting this on record right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did trade him to me. I traded you, Neil. That's right.
I'm putting this on record right now. Matthew, you change our fantasy league back to the way it was. Hits and block shots. I don't like this goals and assists.
No, back to year one style is what we did. Goals and assists only.
It was nice to change it up. I
don't like this vanilla fantasy man. No, I liked having fun of getting 200 hits in a season and me getting points from that. No. We're going back to basics, bro.
More emphasis on skill players, not grinders. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, thanks, Seinfeld.
No, it's fine if that's who you are. I have many grinder friends.
Do you?
No.
I was gonna say, you know what? That's a conversation for another time, folks. Grinder, not Tinder.
You're just salty because you lost your 100-point lead, and I'm 100 points ahead of you now.
No, well, I was telling Michael I was a little salty about that.
You know what? This week has been bad for me too, guys. You guys are getting out 25, 33.
You were in third place for a while.
You know what? I clawed way back, but you know what? It's other
now.
than Shane Ghost to Berry, the guy from Philadelphia, Ghost, who I might think, you know what, might be another Calder candidate. No one else has been scoring, okay? And I'm just sad, and I'm gonna get back at all of you next year.
Do we talk about McDavid as being Rookie of the Year, or has he missed too much of the season to be out of contention? He's getting like a goal and assist every game he's in. Like he's always he's been on the score sheet ever since he's been back.
Yeah, but he's missed so much time though. I don't know. Like you could probably put him in consideration for a ballot, but I wouldn't.
I think he'll be a finalist.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he's missed too much of the season with injury for him to actually be considered a legitimate Calder Cup winner. Calder Trophy, whatever. Calder Cup, man. I'm bringing that back.
I was waiting for you to correct yourself. You did good.
Yeah,
no,
it took me long enough.
I think if I were a voting member of the press, I'd have Ghost to spare.
Just call him Ghost. They all do. I don't know.
Yeah, McDavid and Panarin. Those would be my three.
Yeah, no, that's a safe bet. Yeah.
So what about this Panarin kid? Is he like...
I mean, he is kind of riding shotgun to Patrick Kane. But he's been pretty consistent this year.
See, dude, Patrick Kane, man.
Yeah.
He's taken off the NHL 16 cover as a you for raping that girl. And what does he do?
Wait, did he rape her though?
I mean,
No.
they threw the case out, so it's irrelevant. But
okay,
he's the league's top point getter right now.
Did he take lessons from Bill Cosby?
Oh,
I put the pills in the people. That was a bad.
That was a terrible.
That was
Bill Cosby.
horrible.
That was awful.
Oh.
You're an actor?
Formerly.
Please don't ever.
I won't.
But no, I love that. Like Patrick Kane, man. If you're on a line with him, you're naturally going to see something this year at least. But no, you know what? Because I don't know this Panarin kid that much. Was he drafted this year?
I don't think he was drafted. I think he was just signed out
He's
of
a
the
free
KHL.
agent.
Kind of like a Yuri Sekach kind of deal, right? And Jonas Gustafsson.
He's a young kid.
Yep.
Actually, I'm gonna look up his stats right now because we have the power
of the
internet.
I think he's fifth in NHL scoring right now.
You picked him up. That was good for you. Good. Great. So hey, do you want like Scott Hartnell for him or something?
Nope.
Come on, a Saskatchewan boy, man.
He's currently
It's
in
hometown
sixth in terms of league scoring. Only behind Kuznetsov, Carlson, Sagan, Jamie
Kuznetsov.
Benn.
He's another one that came out of nowhere. Is he a rookie too? No, I don't think he is.
But this is the
He played
first
a
season
year or
he's
two
put together that's
already.
actually decent.
How about Erik Karlsson, fourth in league scoring right now?
Something like that. Yeah, he's up there too.
Leading the league in assists.
Is this his first season?
Guy's getting not a lot of
Is
press.
this Kuznetsov's first season with...
No.
Okay, no, it's not. No, it's not. You're right. Yeah, no. I'm surprised Erik Karlsson, though. Holy damn.
It's a guy carrying a team right there.
Literally, yeah, no, he is.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, you know what I was gonna say, this Panarin kid, 22 goals,
Hold on,
35 assists. That's pretty
'cause
good.
We're
man.
talking about fantasy. Matt, are we having keepers next year?
Yes.
Okay. I guess
I get to keep Lundqvist, man.
I get to keep.
Who?
I would
substitute the keeper for a good pick.
No,
man.
no, it's between Pavelski and Malkin, but Malkin's always injured, so I might just go with Pavelski as my keeper.
Over Malkin?
Malkin's injured all the time.
Yeah, I would do that too.
Yeah, but just pedigree a player, man. You know Malkin.
Pedigree a player? Please, pedigree a player. He's injured all the time.
No, but when he's on the ice, the dude is silky.
I think it's gonna be Pavelski, Burns, and Crawford. Those are my keepers. I think that's a good starting three. I don't know.
I mean, to each their own, buddy. And that's a pretty solid team right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'd probably go Holtby,
Price.
Carlson.
You think Holtby's gonna repeat next year? Again, small tangent.
yeah.
Small tangent.
Yeah, I think he's gonna repeat.
I think Holtby's for real. Be a top 3 goaltender for the next 10
So what was the
years.
last couple seasons then? Once to
Same.
forget, or
No, last year he had 40 wins. Had a really
in
good
like
year
a year or
last
two
year.
before he just
Yeah,
or I guess that
Well,
was
he
that
was
was
just
the
entering
Adam
the
Oates.
league.
That was the Adam
There was
Oates.
the one year he got in the playoffs and took him through a couple rounds. Last season he started like 70 games.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. I think he's on pace to break Brodeur's win record this year.
Wow, I didn't know that actually.
No. So
Okay.
Michael, so I guess, but your pick for Calder Trophy winner is Panarin.
Panarin, yeah.
I always feel like saying Panera Bread for some reason.
I want to say Panera Bread too.
So my vote.
Shout out to that.
I don't even know. I don't know who I'm gonna vote for. I want to.
What do you mean? Who are you gonna vote for? You don't have a vote.
No, in this hypothetical, because hypothetically speaking, I don't know who I'd pick. I don't know.
Panarin is riding on the coattails of Patrick Kane. Having said that, though, I think
There are a lot of good
his
guys.
points. You can't ignore his.
There are a
points.
lot of good guys.
If
Case in point, any line made is Sidney Crosby. What the was Chris Kunitz, man?
Is he still around?
But as someone
Yeah.
who was riding the coattails of Crosby, that got a lot of points because he just happened to be on the same line.
Got an Olympic
Connor
gold medal. 'cause
Connor
of riding
McDavid and the
Crosby's
entire Erie
coattails.
Otters team last year, and the current and the current Oilers team now. No, you know what?
Draisaitl. No, you know what? I would have
No.
said Draisaitl a few months ago.
Yeah, no, not now. Who would you pick as your favorite rookie right now?
I like Eichel a lot. I like Panarin a lot. I like Ghost a lot. I'm gonna have to say, you know what? It's gonna be Panarin. I mean, I know like a lot of voters are gonna go for the points, and of course my a lot like I'm gonna say Panarin.
Where are you going with?
I don't
this?
know where I'm going with this, man. If Ghost
It's
kept
very
it up-
long,
yeah.
drawn
Yeah,
out. Like
Panarin.
There we
Panarin,
go.
Panarin.
Finally, Jesus Christ. But no, you know, I think I like. Do you guys like where the game is currently heading with these new young prospects of moving away from grinders and bullies to highly skilled, smaller, fast-paced players? The transition of the game going from a goon to a skill player.
I
Was that
think so.
inevitable?
I think it showcases the talent of people a lot better.
Like
I mean, hockey is a fast-paced, high-skilled
Like,
game.
I
and you have full teams of those guys playing.
I was.
You don't have a roster spot for Colton or George.
You know
Parros
what? The
or
thing is, the game has
any of
changed
those
so
kinda
much to be
guys.
so technical and so much more athletic that they've opened the game up to with the new rules that I don't think those Colton Orr people, John Scott, George Parros kind of players are. I think those guys are they're from another era. Like every era.
I could see John Scott making a name for himself in the 80s.
Well, in the 80s, oh yeah, he'd be with their like
that
Bob
would
Probert.
be like your top draft pick kind of player, just a really big guy who just throws his weight around because he's a. No, you know what? I just think that I like where the game is going. You know what? You're having more competition now. It's not like I don't know. Should if we really need to even talk about this, but I just thought it was interesting to see like the transition, the paradigm from what the NHL has been to the direction that it's going and drafting these very
let me
smaller,
ask you guys
faster players.
this. Would a player like Eric Lindros or Matt Sundin, those big centers, you think they'd thrive in the NHL right now?
Sundin, I'd say
Or do
yeah.
you think they'd be slowed down?
No, I thought Sundin was a really good player. I thought he'd still do well.
Eric Lindros's problem was he wasn't able to keep his head up. I think he would fare well. He had to keep that head up, man. He was always caught with his head down.
Too bad he played in the same division as Scott Stevens.
And I think, I think they would be okay. They were skilled players too. Like Eric Lindros dominated junior, and he was a brute force in Philadelphia when he was good.
No, but see, I saw Moneyball.
Okay.
And the point I was going to go off that is that just because you have a solid junior career doesn't mean you're going to be a star NHL player.
Well, no, but it was injured. Like he was putting up good NHL seasons though. It wasn't until like the injuries that stuff started to slow down for him.
But to answer your question, Butch, I say Matt Sundin would probably still do well in this current league.
Yeah, all he needed was a good winger. He didn't have that for a while. Like he didn't have like a Patrick Kane or a Jamie Benn.
Drake Bell?
Isn't it a shame you see a guy like Sundin never had a winger, a guy like Ginla never had a center?
Yeah, like
Phil Kessel never had a center. What are you talking about?
You have these. No, Kessel's not in the same stratosphere as those.
No. But like you're saying, like a star, like just with Matt Sundin, a star player in Toronto who's begging for a decent accomplice, but just isn't getting it.
If you talk to Burke, Bozak and Christian Hansen were supposed to be those guys.
Bozak was supposed to be a top line center.
Oh yeah, that was the plan. Number 1 center. Christian Hansen would have been number 2.
Wow, and what parallel universe is that happening right now? That's weird, man. That's crazy.
I remember there was this talk. Sorry, I know we're going off road here, but Brian Burke was at the University of some university at Toronto. Might have been Ryerson. I'm not really sure, but they were asking him about what like they were talking about like why did you pick Phaneuf to be captain. And he goes on talking about how, I don't know how he found a segue to this, because I had to rewatch the video because I couldn't.
Is it the
tell.
iPod thing?
It wasn't the iPod. It was he was talking about how he picked the American national team, and it's like, how do you go from picking Phaneuf to be captain to the national team, or are you too embarrassed about the way you picked Phaneuf? And
so that's a worse segue than what we usually have.
Yeah, I know. But like another thing too was he was saying like because when they traded Phil Kessel, they thought because they signed Gustafsson, they signed Bozak, they signed Hansen, they didn't think that they were gonna trade Boston a bottom 3 pick, and so that was Burke's rationalization. He thought that they were gonna get a middle of the road pick, and I'm just looking back at that now. I'm like, oh, Burke, you're so naive.
But see, since we're on the topic of Toronto, and we're also on the topic of solid segues right now, what I know we talked about this last week, but it's still causing an itch with me and you guys as well. Should Toronto be getting more recognition for their centennial year next year?
Didn't we talk about that a little last week?
Yeah, but I mean, like, we didn't talk about it that much. The draft is going to be in Chicago, and we're talking about them maybe getting a Heritage Classic game, maybe. Like, do you think for, like, the original 6 teams, for, like, because you know what? A centennial season is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are. You could be the friggin' Cleveland Browns that, like, lose decades after decades.
But the fact that you're in a league of a sport for 100 years, you should get some recognition, especially a team as what's the word I'm thinking of? As so tightly close.
Storied.
No, not storied, but that's so synonymous with NHL as the Toronto Maple Leafs. Like, you'd think that they would be doing more to cater to that, but I guess they aren't.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know why the draft, like, to say, oh, because LA's celebrating 50 years in the NHL, so we're going to give them the All-Star game. is.
But that's just because they're hot, I guess.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're hot. Nashville blew up in their face, so you have to go to a southern team that you will have opportunity to grow the game, and LA is the perfect place for that because LA right now they're hot. Celebrities are all climbing on the LA King bandwagon.
Well, because the Lakers aren't doing that well, so they need some team to kind of support, especially ones that make deep playoff runs. I don't know. I think that it's a really bad marketing. I'm censoring myself now. Yeah. I think it's a really bad thing to just cater to an American market just because, money. But I'm just saying, like, even for Toronto, a lot of Americans, I think, would be interested in seeing a franchise that they've heard growing up. Like, it's an historic franchise.
Wait,
even if you're an American, you could still appreciate seeing a Toronto, Montreal.
No, that goes against what we were saying last week.
What were we saying last week?
We were saying last week that your southern states American hockey fan base that you are trying to grow, it's not gonna apply to them. You know what? And actually, there was a Facebook conversation that I was a part of earlier this week. I'm gonna bring it up because one of my buddies made a point about this. It's gonna take me a few seconds to bring up the conversation, but we spoke about that, and where you guys keep talking. I'm gonna find this.
Matt, do you think that just Toronto should be getting something more for their centennial year besides a fancy new logo?
I think the draft would have been the most appropriate thing. So if it's going to Chicago, Chicago's going to pick in the bottom 5 of the draft in the first round. If they even have that pick, they might trade it. Very possible they trade that pick at the trade deadline next year as they're gearing up for a playoff run again. So for the fans, what are you going to get out of it, really? You're not going to have that marquee event where the Leafs probably going to be in the bottom 5 of the league, picking in the top 5 in the league. It'd be a big event for the fans in Toronto. To me, that's the event that made the most sense for them to have.
So why didn't they get it, do you think?
I honestly couldn't tell you. Makes 0 sense to put it in Chicago over Toronto.
Because God forbid Chicago get one more thing. You know what? I looked at the schedule because on the NHL website, there was this little tiny thing in the corner talking about the outdoor games this year. And I didn't even realize that Chicago was playing Minnesota.
Yeah, that's coming up pretty soon.
But like I that was like I didn't even know that was going to be a thing. And of course, Chicago gets it because why not?
And then Chicago, Detroit, I think, is the other one.
Like, why wouldn't you get that game to like Boston or just if you're thinking about an American team, just give it or is like Chicago the hottest team right now?
Did the idiot delete the conversation?
Oh, you're still looking for that. I don't know. I think, yeah, Matt, you're absolutely right. I think the draft would have made the most amount of sense, especially because, like you were saying,
he deleted it. Whatever.
Oh, what was the point you're trying to make then, Mike?
I forget. I think because, he made a point with, they're still trying to grow the game, and Toronto, especially the 100th year, is going to pay no matter what. So they're going to get guaranteed money from Toronto, and they're still trying to, I forget what it was. I wish sorry. My bad. I forget, but he made a point where I was like, I never thought about that, but it's useless now. It's useless, and we've all wasted our time listening to me babble.
Yes, we have, and you're really mad about this.
Yeah, why would he delete it? He wasn't hurting anybody. Oh my god.
Oh, dude, you're really mad about this.
He talks about how he he's sad being on Valentine's Day, but that conversation he deletes.
Yo, do you want a name drop or? Yo, this is some juicy gossip, man. I want to hear about that.
No. Because
you may want to. I don't think anybody else does.
I'll tell you off. I'll tell you off air.
Okay, when we record the other video. But no, you know what? I think you know what? I guess. Well, as someone who is as dumb as I am, I probably did just contradict my point from last week. But no, I think that I as someone who isn't a big Maple Leafs fan, and by big I mean not at all, I think that they should be getting some kind of don't scoff at me, Mr. Flip Flop. You know what? That's again a story for another time. The confessional episode. We'll talk about that. But no, I think they should have gone a bit more. I know that what your friend made sense though. Like it's gonna make money no matter what.
He's like, yeah, we're gonna bleed. He's like, our pockets are gonna bleed no matter what. It's guaranteed money. Gary Bettman his sole purpose really is to grow the game, and he
has done a good. I will say, regardless of what your stance is on Gary Bettman, he has done a good job at growing the game. Debatable.
No, he did. He has. He has. L.A. California hockey it's incredible.
It's a hot ticket right now.
Well, it's not only a hot ticket, but their junior, like their programs and stuff like that.
In a region where you would think hockey wouldn't even be a thing.
Yeah.
It is a huge thing right now.
Yeah.
And that has to do in part with the commissioner just marketing the shit out of it.
Well, another part is Gretzky. Let's not forget these kids. Like these kids are the sons of Gretzky.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like it's tandem.
I remember I went through a phase once wherever something good happened, I was like, oh, that's so Gretzky. Like something good or something great happened, I'd be like, oh, that's so Gretzky. And of course, like the drama people at Brock had no idea what I was talking about.
Were they thinking that's so Raven? Because that's what I was thinking of.
I wasn't. I never watched that show.
What?
I can't say it.
What?
Yes!
That was like a staple. Did you guys not watch the Family Channel?
No,
Yeah,
not at all.
I watched the Weekenders and I don't know. I watched the Weekenders and there was another cartoon. Recess, yeah.
Well, those ones I saw.
But I didn't watch anything like that. So I watched like one episode and I was like,
Lizzie
this sucks.
McGuire.
Yeah, no. Good God, no.
Oh my God.
This is a hockey podcast. When did it become the Disney Family Channel podcast?
Like 2 seconds ago. Calm yourself.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? Let's dive into the last minute of play here. Let's. Sorry. We can get it. We could
dying penguin or something.
We could get a better sound effect if we tried, but yeah. Stick to your movie voiceover work. That's better.
Yeah.
So quickly before we go, John Scott movie. Who do you guys see being casted as John Scott?
I have my theories about this, but Matt, you go first.
Vince Vaughn.
Are you guys even surprised that they're making this movie?
No, Hollywood would jump on anything.
Easy ticket right now.
Oh, but I'm just like, we gotta make this.
I think
you
you
have to get this movie made within a few months. Otherwise, no one's gonna give.
I think they should make it a Goon 2 sequel and have what's that guy's name?
Sean William Scott.
Sean William Scott. Him being in the All-Star
Yes!
game. I would think that's where
That
it would
is
go.
the plot.
Goon 2.
Yeah, Michael. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what you do, right? I haven't even seen the movie.
Holy shit, dude! That is
seen the movie.
Absolutely brilliant. And I thought you were dumb. Me, no.
What?
But no, that's You know what? That's a dude. I'm jacked up right now, man. That's really smart. I could totally see that happening.
Yeah. No. Watch. They give the role to like Jennifer Lawrence or something, and she wins an Oscar.
No, I'm just surprised that this movie's being made. I know you're saying Hollywood's just grasping at straws, but it's just like, this is seriously going to be a thing?
It should be Goon 2, man.
I don't know. I think it's just like, the whole thing just is a bit silly. The whole situation itself is just dumb.
The whole situation's stupid because Gary Bettman made it stupid. If he didn't devote so much time,
if it wasn't so blown out of proportion, no one would have cared.
And you can thank the media for that. My gosh. And John Scott, he's a smart guy. He knew what was up.
Well, you know what? I liked it when he was in Buffalo. He did score a goal when he was in Buffalo, one of his 3 in his career. So you know what? I was witness to that. But I don't know. It was kind of blown out of proportion. The whole thing was just, I don't know. I sure as hell don't think they should make it a movie about it.
You know what?
They should be making your movie, Michael. Movie. Huh? Yeah, you see that on Family Channel. think that's I don't know. I think that's it for us tonight, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's about it. That's all she wrote.
We had a good conversation.
Yeah, was it an hour? I don't even remember what time we started.
It was roughly an hour. So roughly Hoser Hockey Hour minus 5 minutes.
Oh. Hoser Hockey. Yeah, okay. I was like, wait.
Yeah, we've f***ed up the name last week. We're not going to do it again.
But I want to say, though, guys, shout out to Matt's sister, Sarah, who's creating our logo and is doing our editing. We're going to have the logo coming up shortly. Not sure when we're going to release that to the public. but it's
once we
pretty
get
good.
once we get the videos
The podcast
whatever.
going.
Yeah.
It's a sick logo. Very Hoser like. Getting pucks deep.
Pretty solid tagline there.
It's a good logo for Hoserville and all you hosers out there and American hosers and hosers abroad or whatever.
Yeah, let's just keep saying the word hoser until it loses all meaning. But no, you know what? Thanks again for listening to this week's episode. Again, my name is Kevin, accompanied by.
I'm Matt, telling you, keep your stick on the ice.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
Yeah, and shit, what's my name? Michael.
Maybe you are dumb.
I was gonna say Sean William Scott.
All right, thanks for listening, guys, and we'll see you next week.